Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Friday, and it is build day 122. Yes, build day 122 on a construction schedule out at Villa FELIZ. And the focus for today, the prime focus, is to get those roof beams in so that we can get to the point where we can actually start putting some of the roof truss up and then get the roof on the top. I have a feeling that's where the focus is going to be. I have a feeling, but who knows? I have no idea the full schedule of what my builder is going to do today. I know they will be working some in the basement. I know they will be working some on the first floor, but I think the primary concern will be the roof. Anyway, there was a comment this morning by one of the subscribers, Arful. You're asking the question about the dragon fruit. How do I eat the dragon fruit? Well, I think I eat the dragon fruit like everybody else does. But you're in luck because I had half of my dragon fruit left over, and that's what I wanted to eat this morning. That was part of my breakfast. I had some bacon, eggs, toast, and coffee, of course, and I did have some dragon fruit. So the dragon fruit looks something like this. Oh, and another thing is, do you remember the other day, and I received the Facebook Messenger video chat from one of my old friends in Texas, and he said that his daughter, his 2-month-old daughter, was watching My PI Dream, and I'm like, what? Your 2-month-old daughter is watching My PI Dream? So this is what he sent me today.
We got so much water.
JT, I told you that Addie liked to watch My PI Dream.
We continue with the digging, and we need.
So anyway, let's get out to the job site and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Good morning. How are you today?
James.
Yes, what you got? Up here.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Good morning, Michelle.
Hi, good morning, James.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I had the other half of that dragon fruit this morning. Am I going to be okay today?
Yeah.
I had it with my coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
According to Roy, that's a deadful. That's a deadful combination.
Okay.
Last Sunday there was enough water; she was able to do it. Oh, cow! Cow! Cow!
Cow.
Good morning, cow. Good morning, Ramil. Oh, you let me miss a great photo. Oh, you stopped. Wait a minute, you stopped. Good morning. Good morning, cow. How are you? Oh, how are you today? I got to say hi to cow. That one's not as friendly. Oh, that's a bull. That's a bull, right?
Yeah.
That's
a cow.
Is that a female or a male?
I think it's a male.
I think that's a male. I should know, shouldn't I? Hey, Tess. How are you, Tess? Magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga.
Ooh, what you got there? Something that I don't like. I don't like, right?
Yes?
That looks like innards. Something on the end. Ooh, no, I don't want any of that. What else are you having tonight?
Longganisa.
Longganisa? Oh, you're having tortang tulang tonight? I think. Yeah, let me get 2 tortang tulangs tonight. Yeah, because I think I ate all my salad, so I don't have any leftovers. So that'll be great. 2 tortang tulang. Hey, Dappy. How are you this morning?
Another tortang talong.
Another tortang tulang. Hey, how are you today? Good morning. Hey, Yolanda, you got any salt and vinegar? Anything in there? Salt and vinegar? The chips with salt and vinegar? Oh.
I know.
Oh, yeah, you do. You do. Yeah, no, you have one. You have one right here. Here. This one.
Crackling.
Oishi cracklings. Yeah. How about this one? Here, this one right here, the corn chips. The crunchy barbecue. Yeah. I will take those. All right, hold on.
14 pesos.
I know.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
thank you so much. And I will see you later. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye. Morning, cow. What are you doing? Do you have a drive? Can I see your driver's license? I'll see you later. as you can see, everybody's busy. And did you see they're putting in the last two of the concrete decorative trellis in the front of the house in the center at the top up there. That's going to be beautiful. The original plan had 9, and then I think I mentioned that I was watching them put them up and I only saw them cast 7, and I saw there was space on the end for 2 more, and I asked my builder, and they were in where the columns were, which means for them to be able to put it in there, they would have to chip out a section of the column, which is on the outer side. And he said, yeah, they could do that. So that's what they're doing right now. They're finishing up those last 2 pieces. And did you see the skim coat on the inside of the storage room inside the basement? That skim coat is going over it's taking the roughness out of that plaster coat they had there, and it fills in all the minor imperfections, and it covers that. And that's prior to the painting, basically the base coat, the very first base coat, primer coat of the paint that will go in this. That's how close we are to getting to the point where we're almost, parts of the basement will be having some finishing coming up shortly. Still a little ways off, but we're closely getting to that point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Bahay Kubo set up as a working office here this morning, and knock out some business things like emails and do some research, and then we'll do an update as we see some progression going on the build side. So let me get this done this morning. Anyway, it is lunchtime. The guys are over there at the bunkhouse. They're eating and they're getting ready to do Oh, I see the hammock already. The hammock's out. Hammock means it's going to be siesta time. And I want to do the same thing. I want to grab a bite to eat and then rest a little bit. So anyway, what I want to do is just cover a couple of items since it's quiet and you don't hear the hammering on. We don't have so much distractions. Let's go down to the basement real quick. There's not much I can talk about right here. Well, there is. While we are here, let's talk about this real quick. If you are doing anything like arches or anything like that, you have there's multiple ways of doing arches, and you can define that with your builder or your architect prior to. The main thing you would normally do, you would normally have all the stuff figured out before you start your building. But since this was a change, this area, these columns, this whole open area right here, we're defining a lot of this on the fly. So when you do your arches, there's going to be an arch that goes up here. So what I asked the builder to do, the way we have it down here in the bottom, we're actually going to take this about 2 concrete hollow, about 17 inches, and we're going to do a little platform. If you were to take that and invert it and put it right up above, we're going to put that up there. So there will be an accent that sticks out like about this far. It's going to go across exactly like it is on this bottom as far as it crosses out. Then we're going to have an arch going on top. Now when you define your arch, you can define the angle that you want, and the type of angle that you define really has a lot to do with the size of the room, the style, the theme that you're trying to go with. Well, for this room right here, you have the option. You could do like a very rounded area, or you can do a slight arch like the arch on the front of the house there, or you can do where you can come over and do one angle. Would be the complex arch, where you have one angle where it starts going up, then it goes narrow, then it goes hard back down on the other side. There's multiple things, like I said, that you can do, and you can let your builder know. And they can, if you have an architect, you can have them draw out multiple ones, and you see which one that you like. Well, what I like here, and I talk with my builder, I want to match what we have on the front of the house right there. It's going to be very similar to those columns and the way that arch is right there. So we're going to come out, and then we're going to define. It's not going to be round, a full round. It's going to be a slight arch that goes across and then match. And the edge of the accent piece will come out at the same edge where the actual ledge is right here. The ledge will be the same thing on the top, so they will match. This will be a very symmetrical set, but the center will be a thinner arch inside there, and I think it'll give a better presentation. And what it will also do, it will actually make it feel more open. You won't be filling a lot of this corner with concrete, and will give a big flow of air and openness space going between the dining room and the sunroom here. Let's go down inside the basement. I want to show you something we discussed about the CR down there. So inside the CR right here, we were originally going to put the valve right as soon as you open the door right here. The valve was going to be here, basically a mixer valve. The hot water heater device was going to be over here, and then the shower head is over here. My builder already picked out everything. He brought in today. He's got the head unit that goes in. He has the mixer valve. All that stuff is here. Well, I got to looking at it, and there's 2 ways that you can actually hook up these hot water heater devices, and I'll explain that on the whiteboard when we go back upstairs, because we have better lighting up there. But in here, what we're going to end up doing, we're not going to put it here because the door is actually going to open up from here. This is where the hinge is going to be. Door is going to open up, and it's going to go over this side. So even though when you're inside here taking a shower, the door is going to be closed on the side right here, this is just an awkward place to have a mixer valve. The sink is going to be right here. It's going to be about 10 centimeters away separation from the door. And then actually, since this is right here, the overhead, we can actually put between where the toilet is going to be sitting over here and where the sink is going to be sitting over here. We can just sit right here. We can put a mixer valve. So we're going to put a mixer valve right here, where almost directly above our head is going to be the shower unit, that's normally the way you would do in a regular shower. So we're going to put it right here. But let's go up and let's go to the whiteboard real quick, and we'll talk about a couple of different ways that you can hook it up and the wrong way to hook it up. So I don't know if you can hear it, but it's starting to rain, and it's raining right at lunchtime, and this is probably the best time. I hope it rains through lunchtime, and then everybody can back to work, because we're doing a lot of work up on the roof, and I'm hoping it's done by the end. You know how the showers have been coming and going. I'm hoping this is not going to be a long afternoon type of rain. We need to get that roof taken care of. Well, anyway, let's talk. We were just down inside the basement, and this is what I want to talk about right here. This is the hot water heater device, which is this hot water heater device right here. And this is going to be the mixer valve, and this is going to go to the shower head. So let's talk about the two different ways. So there was a lot of good feedback from yesterday about different ways of hooking up this single point hot water heater device. But there is a difference between a single point hot water heater device and a multi-point hot water heater device. And one of the things that was brought to my attention when I was in McKilling, one of the salesperson was explaining to me something about you should not keep a single point pressurized, whereas you can do a multi-point. And let me explain that to you just a little bit. So anyway, the concept that I wanted to do, we're going to go back to my original concept. This valve, this mixing valve right here, is no different than a water bib that's on the outside of the house, where you turn the little thing and you're either on or off, and it's going to stop the flow of water. Say this is the cold water supply coming in from your house, and this is nothing but a switch. It will turn it on or off. But when you take the valve and you turn it more this way, it's also going to allow hot water to go inside there. My way of doing things, the way I want to configure this, is I want to plug off this hot water. I want to take the cold water supply coming in. So this is going to be nothing but a water bib. That's all it is, on-off switch. Then the output of this, instead of going to the shower head, it's going to go up to into the hot water heater device. It's going to put a little bit of pressure in there, but not so much. It's just going to be the pressure of the whatever your need is going to be going to your shower head, and then the output right here is going to go to the shower head. All right. So basically, this is going to be used as an on-demand, just like it was designed to do. This is a single point, what I'm talking about right here. A multi-point is very similar. It looks the same way, except the multi-point, you can actually take the original concept that I had here, and you can take water coming from your water supply going inside there, and then the output can go into your hot water on this side right here. So you have cold water, you can have, so both of these go to the cold water, right, this way. One goes in here, one goes up there. So when you turn cold water right here, you would have cold water, but as you switch it over to this side, you start putting a demand on the water coming from this side, and you can have hot water, and how much hot water will define how much heat that you get to your overhead shower head. Well, that in concept, that actually works. That works fine. Let me tell you a little bit of difference between a multi-point and a single point. Single point has a recommendation about not leaving this under pressure in this configuration, because if you leave it like this unit is always under pressure. This is your house water with your pressure, whatever it is, 25, 35, 40 psi going inside here, and this is going to be where your pressure is turned on or off with the mixing going to your shower head. Now, going to your shower head from this point right here. So this is always under pressure under this configuration right here, and that was how you can do a multi-point. It's no problem, because a multi-point is made so that you can keep it under pressure. But a single point, let me show you, you don't want to keep it under pressure. That's why we're doing it the way that I explained it. We were going to use it, as this is nothing but a simple on-off switch that's going to feed this right here. So there will never be pressure inside here until you turn it on a demand coming through the shower head, and then you would turn it off. And this is the main reason right here. Under the instructions, it says the unit must not be put under pressure. The outlet of the unit is also used as a vent, which is basically, the vent is the shower head itself. So they make it to where inside here, where there's a small tank inside there, and a tank is part of the heating element inside here. They don't want that to maintain pressure at all times. And that's what the gentleman at McKilling was trying to explain to me. Offline, we were talking about the difference between the two. But I said I'm going to use it in a single point configuration, where this valve is going to be used just like like this configuration that's inside here. We have the inlet going in, and this is just an on-off switch. If you didn't have, this is the same as the mixing valve, this is the same as a water bib. There's no difference. You have water going in, you can turn it on and off, puts water inside here, heats it up, and sends it to your shower head. And that's exactly how we're going to do it on this build. we're getting to the point where we're doing pre-finishing of the wall finishes prior to doing any type of paint or waterproofing. This is something I wanted to bring up today. I spoke incorrectly when I said on the outside of the building, these coats here were skim coats. These are not skim coats. These are still plaster coats. These are thin plaster coats, but these are still plaster coats. What you see, what we're doing inside today, the mixture that they're using that looks like a white mixture, it almost looks like a paint mixture, but they're applying it with something that looks like a little spatula. That is the skim coat. And what the skim coat does, it actually corrects imperfections. So if you have, it's hard to see, they actually did a really good job on, but you see this little tiny gap right here inside the wall. If you have little gaps, or even when they do the plaster coat with the rougher surface on the inside, the skim coat will actually cover up all those imperfections, and it almost goes on like a rubbery latex kind of coat, and it will assist you with preventing cracks inside your wall or your finish later on. I hear a lot of people complain about, oh, why is my wall cracking after they did their painting and things like that? Because a lot of times what people, they won't use the skim coat. They'll skip the skim coat, and what they'll do is they'll do a primer coat and they'll do some regular paint over the top of it. They will actually paint right over this concrete, even though it's nice and smooth, and they do the paint over the top of it. The undercoat, the skim coat was skipped, and then if this cracks back here, it will crack and it will show up inside your paint and in your finish coat. Let's go take a look at the skim coat that they're applying in the storage room inside the basement. So this is the skim coat. This is the pre-coat before they actually start doing the primer coat of the paint, and then they'll do a final coat, one or two or however many coats that you need to have done of the regular paint after that. But this will hide imperfections. You see all these imperfections like this right here? When they put this over, it will fill that in. And this is more of a flexible water. This is also a type of a waterproofing, but it's a very thin waterproofing. It's not the main waterproofing like we'll be using on the outside. Let's go back to the outside. Well, anyway, let's talk about what we're going to be doing for waterproofing. Now, we are not going to use the skim coat on the concrete surface that's underneath the ground level, the grade. The grade is up here. All of this will be left like concrete. Then there will be a waterproofing, it's like you paint it on there with a paintbrush. And you will do it in this direction, and you will do it in this direction, and then you will do it in this direction, and you will cover it appropriately. And there's actually some rubbery caulking solutions that you put around here at the same time. We will waterproof. We're actually going to hire a team to come in and do the waterproofing solution. There are multiple vendors, multiple manufacturers that do these, and some of them actually have another layer after you put the waterproofing solution on the concrete itself. There is like a waffle rubberized kind of a membrane that goes over the top of it. That, I believe, is the best solution, because what that does, that doesn't allow any of the earth over here to be able to touch your waterproofing solution, which is directly on top of your concrete. So your earth would actually push up against basically a roll of like a rubber plastic kind of a protection that you have on here. That's what ultimately what I would like to have. If we can find it, that's what I want to go with. But some of in the Philippines, it's not widely known over here. They have other techniques that are used, and that's what they're building. Like when they build in the big skyscrapers, like up in Manila and Makati, that are going down 8 floors down and underneath the ground. So we might be going with something like that. We'll see.
Ayos lang.
Boss, please.
Well, it is the end of the day. You see it's 5:10. The guys are still doing a little bit of cleanup, post-activity work, but everybody's pretty much broke. We had rain for the last, about the last hour, and it seems like some of the activity halted, and of course it usually does when it rains, especially outside by the septic tank. But they do have the cover back there, but for safety, it's good that they stopped. And of course, all the activity on the roof quit after that because of course you can't work up there when the rain is coming down. So I did ask my builder about, hey, when are we pouring those roof beams? Because I know we were supposed to, I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and I think he was expecting to do that in the middle of this week, but we've had a little bit of rain delay, not too much. And tomorrow is Saturday, and tomorrow we will be completing the formwork for the roof beams. He wanted to pour it all tomorrow, but he said more likely we are going to pour those on Monday. So on Monday, once that gets done, that means on Tuesday, there's nothing stopping the truss people. And I don't know if they'll come on Tuesday or not. But that's the next step, is the folks with the truss to come out here and start doing that. And we should start, I'm thinking next week, by next weekend, we should see some roof work. You should start seeing things up on the roof up there. And we should be approaching some dryness, I'm hoping. So there'll be things going on in the basement and the first floor and second floor. Oh, they're also working on the columns. Did you see? We have, I want to walk through this area. I made a bad choice today, and the bad choice was right after it rained. I decided to kind of clear this area out right here, because when we have visitors here to Villa FELIZ, like we did a couple of days ago, when we go through this area right here, it's like all the work site is coming here, and we really don't have anywhere to move. So I decided to cut this, but for your reference, it's really not good to move dirt right after you had about an hour's worth of heavy rain, because it ends up coming like this, and when you walk through there, it's just like mud heaven over there. So anyway, I'm actually going to go on the hill over here and just show you real quick. The column work is starting to really formulate in the dining room to the sunroom. So we have these two stacked up over here. These aren't filled yet, and the one they just put over here, it's not filled yet either. They'll do that tomorrow, and then they will start working on the archway support inside there. They actually built the arch today. It's over there, and I showed you a picture of that earlier. So I'm going to close for today. A lot of stuff. I'm excited that we have a brightness inside the storage room down there where they're doing the skim coat inside there, but it actually makes the color that actually brings it brighter inside there. The entire basement's going to be like that, so we are going to have a reflected light inside there, so it will seem much brighter inside the basement. Then of course we have a ton of LED lights that are being installed inside there. So let's just say we're not going to have any problem with lighting in the basement once everything's hooked up and those walls are a little bit lighter shade. All right, so I'm in the dining room. So I'm going to close from the dining room today because it's not quite as windy as out there right now. This storm is just kind of passing through, and I need to get home, and before the rain kicks in again, I'm going to bring my umbrella. I've left my umbrella for like the last 5 days in the truck. I have 3 umbrellas, and all 3 of them in the truck, and it doesn't no good when I'm leaving the house trying to come into the job site. So anyway, that's it for today. Well, tomorrow's Saturday, and it's going to be build date 120, I'm going to say 123. I can't remember what I said earlier this morning, but I'm going to say 123. Anyway, and then we're prepping for Monday, which is going to be, I believe, pouring all the concrete for the roof beam, and then it's shooting forward after that. So anyway, I hope you had a good time today. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream in the bottom right hand side of your screen, and you will be subscribed, and you will get the latest updates each time I push a new video. So until tomorrow, which is going to be Saturday, you have a wonderful day. Come down here. What's going on? What?